Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether y'all are watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm just glad you're here. I want to thank anybody who's taken their time to come in and check out my knife, my EDC content. I appreciate you all. And I want to take a special thanks to all the channel members. Huge shout out. Thank you guys so much. Gals, I appreciate each and every one of you. Today, I have got my long-term overview slash review. That's right, review, because I have been cutting. And we will do a breakaway here, my first ever breakaway on a Javon video, showing what I've been doing with this knife. So, this is a knife y'all might have seen me unbox early last week. It is the TRM Redline Fixed Blade. This particular one is G10 handles with a red liner, 20 CV blade, tall flat grind, almost a full flat, maybe 6/8, 5/8 flat. A handle that literally melts into your hand. And I've taken this knife to my buddy A to Z EDC, who's about 3 times the size of me. And he used this knife and said it actually fit his hand fantastically well. This knife also comes with your choice of micarta scales or carbon fiber upgraded scales, or you can get the G10. Very nice, thick blade stock that then comes down and is very, very thin. We'll cut some paper after we finish processing some wood. I've been working on one of those carving sticks with this knife all weekend. Hadn't gotten that far on it, but I haven't worked on it that long. So what I will say about the Redline Fixie is it is a larger knife than what I will typically carry on an EDC. Now, it's a great hiking knife, it's a great camping knife, it's a great field knife, it's even a great primary carry. I have carried it just regular on my belt, which you just would consider that, I guess, just a traditional carry where you've got it hanging down your leg. And it does very well. I mean, it seems to be a very comfortable knife. However, it is a leather sheath and it is a little bit long, but it's a full-size knife, right? So I've been giving some feedback to my buddies over at TRM about the knife, and literally there's not a thing about this knife that I don't love. The only thing I told them to possibly think about is doing a Redline Fixie or a Redline EDC Fixie that maybe brought this down a little bit larger than the TRM Shadow. So real quick, let's do just a couple of quick size comparisons to this guy. Then we'll get a tape, then we'll go outside. So it is going to be the same size as our 4 Max Scout in length, maybe a little shorter, and just a little bit longer, maybe a 1/2 inch longer than our Para 2. So in my opinion, and I know in your guys' opinion, I've got a kukri that's bigger, I've got my big Bowie that's a lot bigger, but like if I compare this to my SE3, I want you to look at that handle. That handle is designed so well. Both of them have lanyard holes, as does my TCAL Outer Limitless Accomplice, which is my biggest TCAL. And the Redline Fixie is going to be larger than both of those guys. And before I get a tape measure, I want you guys to look at the swell, the slight swell in that handle right there. So you've got this very neutral handle that has a little bit of kick here at the end. It does come with a lanyard. I've not put the lanyard on yet, so you could have a short lanyard here if you wanted, or a longer lanyard, I guess, if you wanted that. But where it really shines is the way that this swell picks up in the palm of my hand. So I can literally death grip this, and have been. You'll see on some of the footage I'm getting ready to shoot when we go outside. It is an absolute joy in terms of the comfort. So if we were going to get a size on this guy, we would see that it is 9¼ inches overall, with a 5-inch blade, a 4.5-inch handle, and if I measure it to that choil, it's 4 3/4. So 4 3/4 from here to here. Again, my hand's 3.5 inches from here to here. The height of the blade, right under 1.5 inches tall. So where this knife was really unique to me, and when I unboxed it, it was super slicey. I would not be the least bit surprised if it needs to be stropped and or sharpened. But your blade stock is 0.1615. Your handle thickness at the thinnest is 0.6165. If I go up here to my swell, it is 0.7720. At its thinnest, the height is 0.85, and at its thickest, here at the swell, it's 1.22 tall right here. And then our thickness at the back is 0.64, and at the swell 0.77. Behind the edge, whoop, I just slipped off of it, 0.0185. And guys, I have been using this knife to scoop wood, to cut wood. We'll go out, we'll shoot a little, go through it for a second. Let's see how much it weighs. And we'll come back in, we'll cut some paper, we'll wrap her up. So 6.4 ounces for a 5-inch knife, 5-inch blade. Goes right into that swell. Your pack weight is 8.7 ounces. Every bit of it is made in the USA, USA made. Even the sheath. TRM doesn't make the sheath, but they've got a partner up there that does. It's really a good sheath, well done sheath. One thing I suggested is on the EDC, maybe give it a horizontal option if they do an EDC, or put a couple of eyelets like they did in the Micro Canadian where you can mount your own carry method. But guys, we'll be right back in here. I'm going to stop the video. We're going to go outside, do a little cutting, and we'll be back in here, see if it still cuts paper, wrap up, and we'll go. See you in a sec. Peace. Alright guys, I have been out here for a little while with this Redline camp knife, working on this super hard piece of wood. You're probably not going to see this. But I'm cutting some notches out of it, and this knife is really making easy work out of it. I don't know if this is hard maple. I found it in the backyard. It was dead. So I feather sticked it that end and did a little notch at that end, and I've just been kind of carving on it and didn't know how long or how much footage, because I don't ever cut in footage, that I want to include in this overview of this TRM Redline fixed blade. But I don't even know if y'all are seeing what I'm cutting right now, but I figured I would get some footage thing is super, super, super comfortable. This little indention where the choil is and this little swell in the handle is just, I mean, chef's kiss. So I don't know if you guys can see me. I don't have a viewfinder on my watch. To be honest with you, I don't even know with certainty if I am recording, but I have been cutting my ass off. And this knife is performing as well as I could expect. And I could only imagine if I was out at a campsite and I was trying to get more done, I could probably make a canoe out of this damn thing. I know I shouldn't be cutting back towards myself, but I'm not putting any pressure anywhere but down, cleaning that out. Kind of scraping. Not a maneuver I would do on my slip joint or my modern folder, locking folder, but a fixed blade, I don't mind using it kind of as a carving tool or as a planing tool. But it has definitely been cutting, so when we go back inside, we'll cut paper and see how our edge is held up, because I've used the whole edge as I've cut into this stick as part of my stick challenge. Let's see if I can get a little bit of that. That down. I'm just doing a little weird digging on the log, guys, or on my stick. I'm trying to dig down where I'm not going to cut it any longer. And this edge seems to be holding up really well the way I'm kind of scooping with it. Let's see what we got here. Nice and breezy out here today. Now I haven't banged it against any concrete yet, but I have been, as you guys heard me chopping at the depth of this wood. Just to get it kind of flaking. Try that. This tail, I've noticed, is really a good scraper. So guys, this isn't me out living for 48 hours solely with this knife, but I want to show you guys what we're working with here. Super hard wood. I've been putting the chop on it with the red line camp knife. Let's see if that's going to show you kind of what I've been doing with it. And again, this is really hard wood. Alright guys, let's see if we got any footage. Alright guys, so that was a little cutting. Let's see if it how much edge we got left. I feel a little spot there that might need to be stropped. But yeah guys, after cutting that whole hard maple or whatever that stick is that I'm working on, where did I feel that little? Wipe it on my pants, see if that's just something on it. Yeah, I think that's just something on the blade. But yeah guys, the red line fixed blade from Three Rivers Manufacturing, TRM, my favorite USA made company, just because they're such nice people. They do such a good job. I love their blades. I was very surprised to see a fixed blade come out and very stoked when I was able to check one out. If you're looking for a full-size fixed blade made in the USA, I think this is going to be price comparable to a lot of other USA made knives. If I'm not mistaken, right around $300, $310 in 20 CV and G10. I think it's maybe $20, $30 more for micarta, and then it jumps up considerably for carbon fiber. But nice tumbled blade, really a good worker. I think it's a winner. I would love nothing more, just because of me and my personal style. Well, you guys know what that is, small EDC fixies. I'd love to see this in an EDC model. But I love to use it in a full size. I just need to go camping more. But it's spring, that's what we do, right? But guys, I do appreciate y'all checking it out. I am blown away by the fit and finish, by the grind on the knife, by the handle and the comfort, ergonomics of the knife. Even been very surprised, because I have been carrying it, by the sheath, because it does carry very well. Full-size knife, but when I sit in my car, it doesn't jam me in the side. It just seems to be an overall winner. So guys, that is the Three Rivers Manufacturing TRM Redline Fixie, and I am stoked. And I appreciate you guys coming out to check it out. If you're so inclined and you haven't had the chance yet, I would love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. It would really help me out. Guys, I love each and every one of you. Please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. Be up. Peace.